Okay, it is my first time getting into Pioneer. I'm excited only because I like this deck. I'm not really that big a fan of the format as a whole right now, although it has been growing on me a little bit. I've only been playing recently because of the new qualifier season. They're called RCQs, or Regional Championship Qualifiers. In March, they announced the return of the Pro Tour and competitive Premier level play, and I wanted to go all in on it. I've been to quite a few so far, and I've only played in 2 Pioneer because I've been kind of dodging it, but either way, I want to show the deck that I played most recently, and that's the deck you're seeing here. Now, this isn't the exact list I played. I've already made some changes based on that event. So I am going to do a fairly at-length deck for those that may not be familiar with this archetype. If you are, here's my list. I'll go over a few of the things if you want to skip through it. So, if you're not familiar with this list, this is built around the card Metalwork Colossus. And it's a vanilla 10/10, has no special stats or properties that lets it interact in combat. But it has a cost reduction, even though it costs 11 mana, which is a lot. It has a sort of affinity for artifacts mana value. Not the artifact permanents in play, but their total mana values, but it only counts the non-creature artifacts. And this deck has technically, well, I shouldn't say this deck, but this card and a deck built around it actually has been around in a few forms for a while, even in Pioneer. There's been some combo-based versions with Paradox Engine and Mystic Forge and the Power Stone thing that's like taps for one of each one of its name and play or whatever. So there were some decks around that. It wasn't that good. Some people tried it modern, but it was one of those like off the wall decks. It wasn't really a part of the metagame. So the deck hasn't been a real part of the metagame since it was in standard when Kaladesh was the current standard set. That was the last time it was like in the metagame and kind of a contender. It wasn't even that high tier, but it was a contender. I would say now it's maybe back to that spot or maybe a tad bit below because I don't think we've quite perfected its build. There's some with Karn the Great Creator. There's some versions that look a little more like this. I've seen it 5-0 leagues pretty recently in the last couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks or a month. So it's there, but it's definitely not a deck that you need to be like super prepared for. And one of the reasons is because it does a lot of what's called in Magic tire spinning. It's like this metaphor for cards that draw you into cards that don't do anything. Cards that draw card draw, like draw card draw. So sometimes this deck has an issue with tire spinning, and that's why I think the fact that it gets to play Gigantha without constructing the deck for the purpose of playing Gigantha is really good. Because most Gigantha decks, especially like in Modern, just play it because the only opportunity cost of playing Gigantha is one less cyber card, and usually in a lot of cases that's worth it. This deck, though, it's actually really necessary because when you tire spin and you just have nothing to do and you buy a Gigantha in your hand, that's really useful in this deck. And one of the main reasons is because a lot of the non-creature artifacts in the decks are equipment. So there's cards like Gilded Pinions, gives a quick creature flying. Cards like Haunted Cloak, gives it vigilance, trample, and haste. And the new card that made this deck hit the radar from Streets of New Capenna, Brass Knuckles. So the flavor is interesting because the Metalwork Colossus is a construct creature. So it's like all of the different artifacts come together and make a giant beast-like machine. And then it puts on Brass Knuckles, and suddenly it's twice as powerful. So that doesn't make sense to me flavor-wise, but it's actually really funny. So Brass Knuckles is 4 mana. When you cast it, you make a copy. And copies of cards have all of the properties of the cards, including its mana value, or converted mana cost if you're an older player. So you pay 4 mana, you get 8 mana worth of mana value. That is amazing in terms of the tempo of the deck. And the standard version played Hedron Archive, which is sort of like 6 for 4. This is 8 for 4. This is better. And it does something relevant in combat. Now, Hedron Archive is a fine card. It's actually much slower in the deck. So the deck right now in its version is trying to be fast. So let me tell you the best line. So the best line is you have a 1-drop, usually Moon Snare, because it also kind of refunds itself, but it's not even necessary. So you can go 1-drop artifact into 2-drop artifact, preferably Gilded Pinions, because it also refunds itself, but 2-drop artifact. Actually, I guess it would have to be Pinions or Moon Snare, so you have 4 mana on turn 3. So it could be either, so you could either Portable Hole into Pinions, or you can Moon Snare into Perfect Prism or Pinions or something. So as long as you have 4 mana on turn 3, you go Brass Knuckles on turn 3, that's 11. 1 plus 2 plus 8 equals 11. So you go, boom, Metalwork Colossus. And it turns out This card, which was also in standard at the time of the deck, it was amazing, is more Colossus. So if you have one in your hand and you hit 11 on turn 3 or 4, whatever it is, you jam Colossus for 0 mana, you sacrifice Sanctum, you jam another Colossus for 0 mana. If you have 2, you jam another one, and suddenly there's like 2 or 3 10/10s on turn 3. Like, that's like best case scenario. And since a lot of these are equipment, Brass Knuckles does require your creature to have at least 2 equipment attached to it to give it double strike. Well, it turns out that 10 plus 10 is 20. So there's a lot of just one shot with the Brass Knuckles. So pretty cool. The haste and trample is very relevant. I remember discovering this card before any of the league lists play it, and then the very next week, the next 5-0 list was playing it. So clearly, we're all thinking in the right direction. I only recently found out that Trading Post is legal in Pioneer. So I was experimenting with Trading Post. I don't know if it's right, but I'm going to tell you some of the reasons I did some of the things in this particular list. One, I'm playing 2 copies, main board of Fateful Absence, because Karn the Great Creator needs to die. It turns out when that card is just in play, it doesn't even have to do anything, just sitting there, makes our deck not really work. We just have vanilla 10/10s that can be chump blocked all day. We can't equip anything, we can't make it unblockable with Wedding Invitation, so it's just bad. So it needs to die, and the only other way to kill it was Moonsnare Prototype, very slow, so I wanted a little extra, but it's also just a pretty good card. A lot of the lists mainstream have 4 sideboard Glass Casket if they're not playing Karn the Great Creator, and I literally felt like I boarded it in every single matchup. So having 2 more main board, I need to stay alive to find the Colossus. Most of the games I lost involved either Eidolon the Great Revel or not finding Colossus. Those are the games I lost. So now I've seen some lists go completely off Prophetic Prism. I still have a couple in because I wanted to add some Darksteel Citadels, and I wanted to add those. That way they could be found off of our creatures. So both of these creatures, when they enter the battlefield, you top 4, put an artifact in your hand, and they can brick if you need it. I want to be able to hit a land, basically. So that's been super sweet, and you can sacrifice it to the Colossus. And a card I really like is Antiquities of War. I tried it in the main board, and there's some arguments for playing the main board. It digs 5 deep, not 4. It does it twice, so it really digs 10 deep over 2 turns to find your Colossus. And then it just sort of does an overrun thing, which they're all 5/5s and swinging. Really what this card is, it's more gas and ways to win the game. So I bring it in against decks that are like maybe control style, so I have more gas. I would also bring it in against green because it's a way around Karn in the game. So that's nice. But anyway, so red is not a very good matchup unless you just have a sweet draw or they don't draw Eidolon and are slow. So I needed life gain. I didn't really find anything I super liked. Shadow Spear is good, and I even tried a version with 3, but it's legendary, so it's not that great. So then I stumbled across this, and it's I don't know yet. This is an experiment I'm working on, and you can just there's so many equipment in the deck. You can just slap it onto it. It replaces itself, and it's okay in multiples compared to Shadow Spear. So I did kind of a split there. So that's that. Another thing is Soul Guide Lantern being my Graveyard Hate of choice is strictly for budgetary reasons, because I do think both in the format and in this particular deck that Unlicensed Hearse is much better. But for a Magic Online, it's like 40 tickets or something stupid, so I don't have that. And the only other thing to consider, although it's maybe coincidental because a lot of the most recent leagues I've seen took him out anyway, but I don't have any of the pathways. You could argue you don't need any basics, although some of the games I played, I did. Like there's a Settle the Wreckage, which was a huge blowout. But so that's kind of where I'm at here. One other card I was considering playing was the I forget the name, but it's an emerge creature. It's a blue-green one, and it's like a 5-something. And when you cast it, you can put a non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. And I thought of a way to answer Karn. It could be a 1/of that you can find off your Sanctum of Ugin. But it did require green mana, so I was like going up on Prisms, and I ended up cutting it and just like, okay, between my Moon Snares, my Fateful Absences, and maybe like Crane attacks, I can just deal with it. But this is the list. The idea is to just get Colossus out and either one-shot them or just outvalue them. Its extra ability to return itself from the graveyard is pretty relevant. There's not a whole lot of good exile effects in Pioneer right now. I think there's Extinction Event. Not a lot of people are actually playing Settle the Wreckage. Maybe they should, though. So there's not a lot, and if the game goes long enough, this will just grind you out. So if you try to control the deck with no clock, That's not a good enough strategy. I think Farewell is like the best board wipe against our deck, so we gotta be careful with that. But anyway, so this is the list. I think it's really sweet, especially its ability to play Gigantha. Gigantha can be cast off the Spires, the Prisms, and the treasure tokens that this makes. So one other thing to consider was whether or not you wanted Citadel or Treasure. I forget the land. It's like it's an artifact land, taps for colorless, and you can X sack and make X treasures. That might be better. The Indestructible. The only thing I think that might be relevant in, other than an Antiquities of War attack, is if assume your opponents will bring in artifact removal, and you don't want to be caught in a situation where it's one of your lands and you need your land, they destroy your land. So maybe that's where Darksteel Citadel's indestructibility is relevant. Other than that, you can make a case for the other one being able to produce colored mana by itself. So that's it. Let's get some practice games in and see if we can actually play against some of the mainstream difficult matchups. Green, it's not the deck. Green's actually a pretty good matchup, but the card the Great Creator is bad. Like that single card is a bad matchup for our deck. And then I would say mono red or any very aggressive creature deck where we don't draw the removal spells on time. So that's all I can really think of. The deck mostly straightforward. You have 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, and then hit Colossus. So the only other thing I guess to consider is whether or not the Karn version is better, because you get your Karn board and it's like you can play Colossus in your side, and it's not as soft to exile because Karn can pull it from exile, but you actually are a turn or more slower because the turn you play Karn, you're spending 4 mana on non-artifact mana value, and I think that's why this version, the creature version I should say, has arisen as the better version. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get to the games and see if we can actually display the power of the brass knuckles. Okay, didn't win the die roll because that's par for the course for me at this point, but let's see what we got. So if I draw brass knuckles, this hand is good. If I draw white, it's not terrible because I have 1 white mana here. The tempting thing about keeping this hand is that it has a Colossus in it, and sometimes that's the deck's weakness. So I'm just going to keep it. I have a turn 1 and 2 play. I'll have 4 mana on turn 3, so it's like we're close to the sweetness. So just drawing brass knuckles would be good. Now, if I draw a creature, do I play that on turn 2? I guess it would have to be the bird. Or do I go for the high step side and just try to nat draw brass knuckles on turn 3? So let's see what our draw step yields to inform our decision. Okay, Adventure's Fair, does not really think. So that makes our first play pretty easy. Man, I would love for game 1 to just be turn 3, 3 10-10s. Your turn. Oh, we're playing against green. Okay. So we're playing against our bad matchup. Maybe a fast Colossus can be good enough. Yeah, I guess we can double up here. Sorry, so we need to draw brass knuckles next turn. It's like our best possible draw. All right. What's the worst thing he could play here? He can't play Karn yet. Karn does turn our treasure off. And our moon snares. Like, it's just so bad. Okay. There's a chance this isn't Devotion. I mean, it's got to be Devotion. I'm not really sure what... I have never seen Devotion play a morph card. So let me think. Are there any, obviously good morph cards? Okay, so we find a Smith. We have to burn a treasure to cast it. And, so there's no way we're playing Brass Knuckles this turn. But we can't just not do something, so I guess we're going to do it. There's no way I'll need double blue either, so... Alright, yeah. We're not going to not play our card. It'd be nice to cast an artifact this turn. Okay, a Portable Hole, which would normally be nice, but we have no white mana, so... I think I'm just taking the Wedding Invitation. It's a redraw. It's an artifact, it does something, so... But, yeah, if he casts a Karn, we are in big trouble. Okay, so I think we could draw into a Crane, so we want to preserve our blue mana. Right? Logic makes sense. I think we have a reader here. Wedding Invitation seems... Ooh, need white mana. Wedding Invitation is obviously really good. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're a little over halfway there, I guess. But anyway, so Wedding Invitation, I used to want to play 4 of it. It was surprisingly not as necessary. Like, the Gilded Pinions ended up being unblockable enough. But I still have 2 in the deck because when it's good, it's really good. And it's just extra card draw. You know, tire spinning. As much as I'd really like to make Trading Post work, it's not obvious how to make it work. It is slow. It's basically a 5-drop if you want value out of it immediately. And then by the time you can generate enough value, you might be like, it's just an aggressive format. So I think if the format shifts, it's possible that a Trading Post could, you know, have a spot. Okay, so I don't think this is traditional mono green. I think this is like maybe a stompy style deck. It's not like the go over the top value mono green. So if we draw a blank here, we could consider Inventor's Fairing for Brass Knuckles, but we have to take a whole turn off to do that. So I think we just cast the Crane, right? Yeah. Finding white mana would be nice. It's like if I had to pick between Brass Knuckles or Brass Knuckles or like a Prophetic Prism. Still probably just Brass Knuckles, right? All right. So there's no way to cast this. I guess I could give this guy flying, but he still just gets... Is that a trade I'd be willing to make? Maybe I just attack just regardless. I guess there's no point in not using my mana, right? Didn't get to grow him this turn because I have no white mana, but you know, that is how it do. I don't know if there's a real benefit in attacking here other than maybe him trading. If he has life gain, keeping him at least at 20 or less is important for being able to one-shot with Colossus, but this is more about a trade for me, if he feels a trade is necessary. I'm going to assume our opponent knows what we're doing, because like, at this point, it should be really obvious what we're doing. But the deck is still, at the point of this recording, fairly under the radar. Like, it's not as much as it was like 2 weeks ago. I should have played it at my first Pioneer RCQ. That would have been a much better decision because no one would have been ready for it. Although there was like a bunch of green there, so it probably would have worked out anyway. I played Spirits. I played it at my second one, and it was still most like a lot of readers. Is he just passing? Is he going to collect the company or something? I think I just take this hit. There might be more value in the Crane. Like, the Crane's just making these unable to attack, so I think I still take the hit here. Come on, something. White mana would be good. A Brass Knuckles would be good. So I don't have haste yet, but man, I'm going to go nuts here. So I'm going to click it. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I guess there's no point in leaving Wedding Invitation untapped. Brass Knuckles. Pow. Just such, like, it's a cool card. It's just such a weird flavor thing with the Colossus. Is there any downside to playing all 3, exposing all 3? He has like a exile, green, I doubt it. So, I guess one of the benefits of leaving that untapped is I can give this double strike. For whatever that's worth. So I'm going to equip the token, I guess. Yeah, why not? So now, this still doesn't have vigilance or anything. Seems like a good game. My hand's full of removal. I've got an Inventor's Fair. Is that how you pronounce it? Inventor's. Anyway, so seems good. He has a bunch of open mana. Green has Artifact Hate for sure. So let's see what he's got. Collect Company. Yeah, called it. I have not seen this deck yet. I don't know if it's like a company stompy. It's not elves. I'm guessing this is the either Den Collector. Is that his name? Or the Raptor guy? Okay, enters battlefield +1, remove a +1, gains hexproof. Okay. So still can't block the 6 power. This Wedding Invitation is looking real nice. This reach creature. I don't have my trample card. Anyway, so let me think. What could he have here? Maybe like there's green creatures that can destroy artifacts. Just trying to decide if it's worth using the Wedding Invitation. So if I draw white mana, I'm not going to use Wedding Invitation. I'll just take out his Reach blocker. Steel Elite Champion. Yeah, this looks like just kind of a stompy deck. Maybe he has... there's some +1 counter synergy here, but I don't think it's enough to warrant... what's that? That Hardened Scales. Hard Scales in a Collect Company deck seems kind of weird. So just green stompy with some Nykthos action. Doesn't look like there's a big payoff for all this mana, though. It's like decks like this, I think Colossus can eat for lunch. Like just destroy it. Like a 10-10 just beats whatever they're doing. Especially multiple. So he has 2 mana. 1 Reach blocker. I draw white. So I think I can... No, I'm 1 equipment short from making 2 have double strike. But he's at 12. He's 1 short of Crane plus Flying Colossus being lethal. I'm trying to have 2 sources of lethal attackers. I think I'm going to start... Well, let's think this out. So I have 3 equipments, which means only 1 creature can have double strike. If I give 1 of my Colossus flying... that's going to be the one with double strike, right? I don't have enough to Inventor's Fair and do all these things. I guess I could just like put him to 1. We also don't know what this is. I'm going to guess it's a Den Collector. Alright, I'm going to start by... Wait, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'm going to start by casting Glass Casket and just hope that's good enough. I don't think revealing it makes a difference here because if they're going to bring an artifact hate, they would have made that decision a long time ago. I guess there's no point in holding back the Wedding Invitation, right? So I could equip 1 with flying, 1 double strike unblockable, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it matters. It's probably just... What I have is probably just good enough. I think what I'll do is if they reveal something that can fly and block, I will... I don't think there's reason not to just attack with all the 10-10s. To be honest, and the 4/4. Like, there's just no reason not to just attack them at 19. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. So if they produce a flying blocker, I can Wedding Invitation in response. Oh, they have Nykthos, of course. It is Den Protector. Okay, so we're gonna let this resolve, and if they produce a Reach blocker, we Wedding Invitation because they'll be effectively out of mana. So we just need them to brick on the creatures that can like pay 1, sack, and destroy an artifact. Nothing. Alright. Didn't want to reveal anything else, which is smart. So now I see creatures, so we want the casket, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the kind of like creature race where I need like life gain. So with that in mind, Wedding Invitation is probably good enough. So, the funny thing is, I wouldn't mind cutting Prism, but Prism would have been pretty good that game, right? So since they have Reach, we can probably cut 1 of each. That Rind. Although Cloak, Cloak's really good. It's the haste. Don't know if I really want to go down Pinions. Pinions has reusability, and they're unlikely to have that much reach. I'd rather just kill their dudes. So we're going to try this one. May not have got there on turn 3, but the keep ended up working out. Now, hands like this, not that great. I'm not that happy about. Because there's no card draw, there's no not tire spinning, but there's no dig. I'm on the draw. I'll hit my first 4 land drops for sure, so almost any card that's not more Colossus is good, right? I think I could probably do better than this, though. It just doesn't do it. Like, turn 2 Pinions. I have my colors. So lands and Colossus are the bad draws of the deck. Because this could easily... I'm going to mulligan. With the London mulligan. Like, yeah, this is better, right? It has interaction. Actually, yeah, okay. So I got the Citadel. That's another thing. An artifact land also can turn on Spire. So I think I want to get rid of an island. Yeah. So I can go turn 2 Casket, turn 3 Portable Hole, I guess. It's awkward mana, but I want to keep the fair, so it's like guaranteed Colossus. I mean, it's not that I don't want the island, but I have all my colors here. So seems like it should be okay. Okay, no 1-drop is amazing. All the removal, which I think is good. So let's see. I guess I just lead on Citadel. Yeah, I don't think it matters. So the question is, they play a 2-drop. Do I Portable Hole it to make sure I can Casket a 3-drop? Or do I use my mana more efficiently? So he has to pay 1, right? Yeah. Not a good draw. Not a good draw. Do I use Casket? We know he has 3 drops. I think I'm going to use Portable Hole. Because I have 2 of them. So if I need a turn where I'm wanting to be mana efficient, I can still have one. So after next turn, I can start getting live, so I'll have 3, right? If I play one. Like, there's no way he doesn't play a creature here, right? Worst creature he could play is one that has like an activate. Oh, he misses his land. Ugh. Not how I want to win, but I'm not above taking it. So here's an awkward turn where I actually don't play anything, right? So, yeah, I don't think I play anything, because I could go Casket, next turn to Knuckles, burning an Inventor's Fair. Then that's only good if I already have the Colossus, so since I don't, I think I just wait. I'd rather get the value out of my cards. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess if he's going to burn his removal, it's better to do it in situations like this. Giving himself hexproof is going to be annoying, though. That is going to be annoying. So if he leaves up a mana, we need to keep that in mind. The downside is if we just keep passing, this will end the game. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Do I burn an Inventor's Fair here? I don't know. I don't know. Hole and Casket answer both of these threats. I should definitely probably do that, which means I should burn the mana here. Yeah, I'd have to burn the Casket to do that. Or burn the fair, I mean. I think I'm going to do it. Doesn't feel great, but... Pick one to keep. I would like to keep the untapped one. Okay, so we're going to go just removal, right? I'm not a big fan of using up my 4th mana source, but I'd rather just keep his clock as slow. Like, the more time I get, and he's missing his land drop, but that doesn't mean he has all gas. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just tap out into my removal. Okay, I'm not playing the Pinions here, because I'd have to burn the treasure to still cast the Casket. I'm actually drawing the removal. But this is a little. This isn't really tire spinning, but it's the same concept where I'm not actually proactively doing anything yet. But if I top deck Colossus, actually I need to land Colossus, so that's not good. Okay, face down. That's a Den Protector, right? So that means he has removal. All right. There's a land. So do I just play Brass Knuckles here? So if I go Brass Knuckles go and I draw a land, then I can for sure get Colossus next turn. If I go Pinions go 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they'll be a little short. So I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to cast the Knuckles so I can guarantee a... I have to hit a land. So he has a removal spell. If I have one Colossus, that's okay. It's actually, I'd rather him not destroy... He'll probably destroy, like, one of these, which is fine, because the Knuckles just gives us so much mana value. But yeah, cards like this are why I want the Indestructible. Okay, so land is good, Colossus is good, a creature that digs is pretty good. I guess removal's okay, like more caskets or something. So ever since they, I was going to ask, ever since they changed the rule about like converted mana cost on like two-sided cards, I don't remember that. Do these cost as 0? I mean, I'm going to play it, so it doesn't really matter. So I play it, he flips it, returns, and gets a creature that can attack. I'll play Pinions. Okay, so it does work. I think Den Protector is a 2-drop anyway, but if it was like a 5-drop morph creature, that still works, right? Should die out, I don't know what I'm doing. So Den Protector gets that, and he probably gets just his 5 power or his hexproof guy, right? The 5 power guy gives him more devotion, or does he just hold on to it? So I'm going to play Pinions. If he's like super big brain, he'll destroy my treasure. Keep me off 5 mana for Inventor's Fair. Or 5 total. He's thinking about it. Which one to do? So my bet would be just the most power he can get, or his hexproof guy. Is that his hexproof guy? Or, yeah, I guess a reach guy that can grow. Or he wouldn't grow this turn, huh? No, he would. Because the Den Protector has a counter, because it's called Megamorph. Sure. Alright, so I play Pinions. I'm going to take some damage this turn. Hopefully they don't just keep top decking artifact removal. That will win him the game. I mean, if it's like you just keep my Colossus out of play and just 4/4, that'll get there. Having the land to sack toward Colossus returning is nice. I have 2 Pinions, so I can get rid of one of those. But there is a clock. I am at 15 from my own life on these. Looks like he's leaving up company mana. I don't have haste for Colossus, so I'm not just winning this game by any means. I haven't just obviously won. Oof, it's a lot of power. Okay, so I can try to guarantee a Colossus, which is probably what I'm going to do, or I can play the bird. I think I'm going to try to guarantee a Colossus. Yeah. And I'll bird next turn. But I'm not out of this yet. There's still a lot of things that need to happen. These can also block through the Pinions, so maybe I do want my Wedding Invitations. But Wedding Invitation is so bad against removal. That's another thing to consider. So if he kills Colossus and attacks me, I go to 4. I can return Colossus and play Crane. He's got 3 cards, probably spells, because eventually Mana Screw beats Mana Flood. Not that we're flooding or anything, but Avatar. Okay, so he made Nykthos mana. Yeah, there's no way to do it after. It's a lot of power. He could just race me too. Well, no, he can't really. No, he could race me, right? This crane chump blocking is nice, but he does have trample. So he did a little too much tire spinning. And the 10-10 might not be enough. And that's another thing. That's what this deck's not just like amazing by any means. Draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power. So draw 5 cards is bad for me. You know, if I'm him, I'm not against just suiciding my guys. Well, no, wait, maybe he would need to play like a chump blocker or something. But I don't blame him for thinking that's risky because I have demonstrated lots of removal. So I wouldn't blame if he didn't attack here. All right, with no wedding invitation, I don't have the best attack. So I think I just play a crane and try to find more Colossi. God, he drew 6 cards. Okay, so I did draw removal, but don't have enough mana. So that kind of sucks. I think I'm going to have to just leave back a blocker. So if I attack and he takes it, he goes to 10. It's unlikely to be able to kill me, right? So maybe it's worth an attack. I don't know. Because he's going to know I have the casket. There's no point in not equipping at Brass Knuckles. So I don't, that's like 1 less mana I have to spend the next turn. Another thing too is Gilded Pinions is 2 artifacts toward returning a Colossus. I think I attack here. I didn't play this deck not to swing with a 10-10 that I paid 0 mana for. Although you could say I played tire spinning cards to play it. I mean, that's just the nature of the deck, right? The standard version played lots of vehicles, so it had sort of incremental value, but it was much slower. We're going for the speed. Oh, he took it. Yeah, just like I predicted. But he's probably... There are lines here that I'm not thinking of, I'm sure exist, where I'm just dead. But I think there is some value for him being at 10, which is if I draw a trample card, if he only has like 1 reach blocker, I can kill it. But as my mana situation is right now, I can't cast Casket and equip the Gilded Pinions. So by no means am I out of this. And he can make a decent amount of mana. I guess he's only going up 1, but still. He has enough mana to do things. And we have not seen all of the things this deck can do yet. So there's a very good chance I could lose this game. But being on the play next game should be nice. And I think I'm going to bring the... I guess I'll bring the wedding invitations back in. It's just so bad against removal, though. And we know he has instant speed artifact removal now. Okay, that I don't care about that. So does he attack here? If he goes swing with 1 reach guy... oh no. That's a lot of mana. And he drew a bunch of cards too. That's bad for me. If he can kill the Colossus here, I'm probably just dead. Because I have to like replay it without haste. So I need to draw land next turn, preferably. Okay, I need you to brick here. Is that too much to ask? Just brick. Miss. What I mean by brick mostly is... Actually, that's a brick. Like 2 little creatures that don't do much. I mean, in the sense that my life total is going to be pressured, it's not much, but... And he sells 3 mana. Ooh. Death Touch. Luckily, I can swing over it. I think he either attacks with 1 or 0. Yeah. Okay, so I drew a land, but that may not matter. Yeah, I could very easily die. So I could casket the Ronus. Do I take the opportunity to do that? I think I have to. I could equip and swing. He probably chumps. And where does that leave me? He has 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. I blocked the... I can't block this. I block 3 of it, so 12 minus 3. I guess I'm still alive, but if I pay 2 to do that, so maybe it means I don't equip the pinions. Okay, I can't let this Ronus live, so it needs to die. I think I'm just going to put on Brass Knuckles. Maybe offer some trades. I don't know if it's enough to trade, but... He can just chump this, though. Maybe that's not so good. Yeah, he just chumps with an Elvish Mystic. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Oh no, that was bad. Am I just dead? I don't think I'm dead. So I block 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I block 3. Oh no. I just threw the game away. Let's see if he sees it. So if I would have put on the pinions, he has to block with an avatar, so he loses more power. But if I pay 2, go to 10, he has 4, 9, 10, 11. I block 3 of it. And I'm still... No, I guess I'd be at like 2 or something, right? So maybe that was bad. But let's see if he sees it. He sees the victory. Because I think I'm just dead on board. Because I can't block this. I can only block 3 of this. So that's 1, 5, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So I should be dead on board. I guess the other line is I could have just skipped an attack step, but then I'm just dead to like any artifact removal. Because, yeah. Non-human creatures, well, that's enough. So, GG, bruh. Okay. So, do I want Wedding Invitations? It's probably just better than Prophetic Prisms, right? Yeah, I mean, Wedding Invitation would have won that game. Maybe one Shadow Spear is not terrible either. Because it gets trample. So I could cut opinions for a Shadow Spear. Yeah, let's try that. Alright. Come on. Good hand. Fast hand. Let's go. No, don't think so. I mean, I guess if I draw any 2-drop... No, I don't think so. He could have a fast attacking start and I would just die before Colossus comes out. Okay, so this has removal. Still not doing much. I don't think I can not keep removal, though. So now, I think I gotta get rid of the planes again, because I don't like paying life, but I need the artifact to turn this on time, and I don't want to bottom a Sanctum of Ugin, and this hand has a Colossus, but this hand could easily not work out. This actually reminds me a lot more of the last game, which ended up not working out. Although it's possible I threw the game away, but it was unlikely we were going to win that game anyway. Haven't had the situation that I ran into at the RSQ where I needed to buy Gigantha. Do I portable hold this? It's not much pressure, but I probably do, right? Okay, so if I Moon Snare, and he has 3 mana... Portable hold can't hit a 3-drop. So I think I take it out. Bolt the bird, they say. That's the closest I've got. Only having one color source isn't great, but we'll see. So what's my best draw? Probably, I guess, Knuckles or... Okay, I have 2 colored mana. So do I kill it now? I guess there's no need to because I have instant speed. Got 4, 5. I'll have 5 mana next turn. He'll cost 2 less. So that's not enough. Okay, I could take 3 here. Miss a land? Oh. Okay, so we know that's a Dim Protector. Do I spend my mana here? That would seem kind of weird if I didn't. No, I don't think I will. Okay, Cloak is good. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll still have 2 mana. So I think I'll kill this next turn, assuming he doesn't play something better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then he costs 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd need one more mana just to cast it. Brass Knuckles would obviously be the best because then I could get 2 and play 1 with haste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. He's not expecting instant speed removal. No, thank you. You may have a clue. Best case scenario is he needs land, so like he puts 2 mana into the clue on his own turn. Yeah, Colossus costs 6 right now. And I only have, so land is a decent draw. An artifact that like opinions would be okay too, because that's like 2 mana for only netting 1. Okay, so he's probably gonna flip Den Protector on his end step. So here's the thing: if I get the second Colossus, I can't cast it as is. But maybe that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have to do it. It's better than nothing. Like I'm doing something. That's the important thing. And I could always just draw another land. So if I have pinions, I'll be 5, 6, 7. He'll cost 4. And I would have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'd sell 4. So pinions would do it. Although I wouldn't be able to give it haste, so it would be in the same situation. But I think it'd be worth it though. So does he flip the Den Protector here? He'd be a 4 power. Or does he crack the clue? I think if you want a reach blocker. Although I don't have the pinions, so maybe the reach isn't that valuable. Okay, that's annoying. For sure. I need Brass Knuckles. That's what I need. I don't blame him for being in the tank there, but now this represents another removal spell. So I definitely need to increase my artifact mana value. So he has enough to flip and return it at one time, and he's going to wait for a Colossus to be in play. He knows I have the second one. Drew the pinions. So I make him flip, kill it. I sack it plus like a land to get the other one back. Okay, that should be fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Still no haste. Come on, we can do it. We can win this game. I mean, we're half dead just from small beats. So it's not irrelevant. Come on. We can overpower him. I'm trying to understand the Colossus with a cloak and pinions. Okay, so he kills it on my end step. I sack it plus Darksteel Citadel. Right? Yeah. So artifact land's paying off. Whoa, no, wait. So I have exactly 4 mana, so a land would be nice for the haste. Or like another 2-drop, maybe? Actually, I guess it doesn't. So another pinions is kind of the same thing. Pinions counts as a land. Down to 7. Ugh. 4 cards in his hand. Okay, so I'd have to pay life to play that. Could hold it as a removal spell, maybe. There's a 3-turn clock with power that's in play. If he has Collected Company. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to pay life here. Yeah, sometimes just a 10-10 once a turn isn't good enough, especially that dies to artifact removal. So that's a weakness of the deck. We could easily lose this game. This game's going on really long. We're both pretty low on our clocks. Luckily, I'm ahead, but I'm also at 7, so I don't think that's going to be an issue this game. Yep. Company is obvious. Just need a brick, no big deal. Either brick, not enough power to kill me, plus no good follow-up, and no reach creatures. And I should be able to, or lots of stuff. Reach creature plus power. Although this having trample should be relevant enough. So if he attacks with everything, I block. I take 6. Ugh. Go to 1. I only have, yeah, I mean, I think he just wins, as is. And he has the overrun thing, I'm dead on board. Okay, so that doesn't kill me this turn. Oh, he sells mana. But as it is, I'm not dead, so like what do I do here to win this game? Yeah, he's got this win. I don't even know what I could draw here. 2 reach blockers, yeah. Yeah, there's no reason not to attack here. So since I didn't have double strike in play, I have no way to one-shot him. Yeah, there's just no outs here, right? 8-7. Yeah, no, you got it. So they got us. At least it was a. This particular game wasn't very close, but at least we got to demonstrate game 1. So let's see if we can find another matchup that doesn't take quite as long. Oh yeah, won the die roll. I would like to reveal my commander. Okay, got a prism, opinions, got some dig, got removal. I'll keep it. It does things and stuffs. I guess either of these lands reveal what I'm doing. Maybe on the chance I draw the 1 card. Okay, lots of green, but not the bad green. I think I have to play Prism here, right? So I have white mana without having to use a treasure. Yeah. Okay, that's a card. It does things. I guess I could have played Pinions, but why pay life, right? I see. That is a magic card. And so is that one. Okay, so let's do... probably just this plus Portable Hole. Finds Colossus. I think we just have to take it. I guess there's no reason not to play Portable Hole, right? I think I'm going to take out the scales. So I have blocker, took out his engine, feeling good. Got the knuckles, got the pinions. I think if I draw a land, I'm just going nuts next turn, right? I think I should have played Pinions instead of Prophetic Prism and just paid life. And I might have been wrong. But Prism did dig us a card deeper. Is this worth a trade? Yeah. Yeah, tap out for me. Do it. Oh yeah, missed a land drop too. Oof. Okay, so I didn't draw it, unfortunately. But so I go pinion. So if I go Pinions, that's the only thing I can do this turn without burning the. I guess I go Pinions. Pinions, that's not that good. As much as I want to play the Smith, the only thing I would want it to hit is a land. So I want to for sure do. I guess I just play the other Pinions, right? Like there's no reason not to. Or is there a reason not to? I don't think so. I can't think of one, so not an obvious enough one. All right, these are my cards. They do things. Not really. Looks okay, this is tire spin. Like, look, if you look at the cards in play, the only relevant thing is the portal hole. No creatures with these equipments. Okay, so it's Merfolk with some +1 synergy, I guess. Okay, so it's definitely Merfolk. No reason not to play that, right? Yeah. Alright, Brass Knuckles. Let's put 3 10/10s into play. Go down to 2 mana. I'm just going to assume you have no way to deal with them. Because this is what we came here to do. Is this turn 4? I think it was turn 5. Victory. Alright, do we need opinions? I don't think he's gonna... Merfolk don't fly, they swim. So we don't need Wedding Invitation. I want to bring this in. I need blue mana on turn 1, and I would have to cut 3 other cards. Oof. I'm not even sure how good Mystical Dispute really is. Maybe just bring 2 of them in. Creatures are blue. It trades 1 for 1 with this creature efficiently in the early game. Alright, I'm going to do it. Or maybe I don't need Prophetic Prism. Yeah. So I could bring another Dispute and keep a Fateful Absence or something? Nah. I think we're going to run this. Haven't had to use Gigantha yet, so that's good, I think. Do I keep this hand? So I can go turn 2 Pinions, turn 3 Cloak. If he has an aggressive start, this is kind of bad. He almost certainly has removal. I don't know. I think I'm a mulligan. This hand's kind of unexciting. Yeah, I think that's better. I have a turn 1 play. Yeah. Put away the fountain, I guess. Maybe the pinion. Yeah. I'm gonna put the fountain. Alright. If he has a 1-drop, that kind of sucks. So I'm going to have to shock here to make sure I can Mystical Dispute. Oh, yes. I can't Mystical Dispute a Hardened Scales, but I can Mystical Dispute anything else. Probably. Basic Forest in your blue Merfolk deck. Oh, no. Why? That's fair. That's fair. That is very portable, holy. Holy. But I think it kind of sucks because I have to take a turn off to cast Ingenious Smith. He plays Merfolk. That's blue, so I don't get to use Mystical Dispute. If I don't dispute now, I'm probably not ever disputing. But I need to use my mana efficiently. Oh, no. I mean, statistically, that can happen. Okay. So the question is, do I block here? And the answer is, I don't know. So he gets a Merfolk, he gets a counter on target Merfolk, so it doesn't have to be himself. That's a good card. It's a good card. So he puts on that. So he's really a 2. So he's going to outpace the Smith. So I'm going to... I guess I could hold this. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. So if I draw land here, I'm going to use the Pinion's mana. Didn't draw land. I don't have a Colossus anyway, so I'm going to do neither. I'm just going to Pinion's Hole. There's an argument for holding the Merfolk here, but if he doesn't have another one of these, I can block and trade with it this turn, and then my guy will be 3 next turn, so it's okay. I think I play the Smith. Just gumming up the ground is important. Then I'll play second Pinions if I don't hit a land. Hit the Colossus, that's good. I could take the Snake. No, I need Colossus. Yeah, so I can go Colossus, Pinions, next turn Brass Knuckles, and go crazy. Alright. And by playing the Pinions, this keeps me consistent with hitting my artifacts and pumping my dudes. Alright, feeling okay, feeling okay. No attacks. My life total is more important. Collected Company, come on, man. Why am I always playing against this deck online? The card's so good. This deck seems interesting, though. Alright. Enters battlefield, you may exile creature card from your graveyard. If you do, exile target artifact. Oh no, that's so good. And it's technically a merfolk. And oh, it's so good. But that's okay. I still have enough for double Colossus next turn. Pinions still gets over everything he's doing. Wait. Exile. You may exile creature card from... Oh, he doesn't have any. So good. Okay, so this can trade with this. This can chump, or... I mean, if he alpha... Not alpha strike. If he attacks... I think I'm just throwing my dudes in front of him. Two cards left. Counterspell wouldn't be amazing. Do I double block here? Or do I chump block? So if I double block, you can only kill... So it's trading a 3-3 for a 3-5? Yeah, I'll do that. I guess he could have company, maybe hit a lord. That would kind of suck. So he'll be 3-3 next turn. Sweet. Hit the land anyway. So we just play Brass Knuckles, leave up Counterspell. If he has for a blue spell. A Counterspell on Brass Knuckles isn't amazing. But it would keep me off for... Oh, counter target spell unless controller pays 1 plus additional 1 for each creature in your party. Is Shaman a party? I don't think so. So I'm not going to counter back, but I am going to pay the 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm going to pay 1. If he has another one, he has another one. So I just want to play 2 Tintins this turn. Boom. He could counter this, but can't counter an ability. I guess you have like Nimble Obstructionist. Is that a merfolk? It's like a bird, right? I don't know. I don't think it's a merfolk. I think it's a bird. No attack. Okay, so my shields are down, but he's dead on board. He has 2 cards in his hand. I'm feeling good. Oh, yeah. Brass Knuckles. Alright, let's find another one. Preferably not Collected Company. Ah, yes. Won the die roll again. Present my commander. This is the first deck I've ever played with a companion. Okay, so we got Invitation into Cloak into Knuckles, but no real payoff. So this is a risky hand, because although it has the curve to turn 4, it doesn't have 4 lands, or a guaranteed source to 4 mana. It doesn't have a Colossus. It doesn't have removal. I actually think I'm going to mulligan this. It's not that this hand can't work, but I'm not impressed with it. Okay, this is an easy mulligan. So like if these 1, 2, 3 lands, this would be really good to keep, but nope. Okay, I think this is better than the other 2 hands. So we're going to put back a Spire and Opinions. Yeah. Alright, so this hand has a lot of potential. Although I can't turn 1 Moon Snare, unfortunately. So the question is, do I use the Pinion's mana to play Moon Snare? If I draw a land, I think for sure. If I don't draw a land, I still think I might. Because I still might be able to go... If I go like land... If I draw land, Colossus, I have the turn 3. And even without that, as long as I'm drawing like something... Like, what's my worst? Extra Brass Knuckles are bad. Ooh. Ooh. Human zombies. Yes, I love zombies. This is a deck I'm considering. I'm guessing it's black-white, right? Otherwise, there's no reason to play this. Can't play that yet, but that's okay. Okay, so the question is, do I spend this mana? I think I do. Yeah, I think it's mostly upside here. Champion of the Perished. This was a very needed 1-drop for zombies. Very good card. Black-white zombies. Whenever another creature enters battlefield under your control, I lose a life. I think I'm still going to take out the champion, because he can get very large. It's not even non-token, yeah. Oh, got a clock. So if I draw land, I still play Casket, right? Oh, no. No, I'm playing Casket. I can't let that get out of control. So what's my best draw here? Probably Darksteel Citadel. Okay, it's gonna hurt. So now I lose 2 each time. Oh, so good. It's an interesting decision. Interesting decision. I think I would rather have a bigger champion, but I don't blame him. I am in trouble. Okay, I found the Citadel and the Metalwork. Ugh. So I think I need to take the Metalwork, because I can always draw, like, there's more lands to draw than there are Colossus, right? Question is, do I chump now? I think I have to. I'm like already at 11. Yeah, I need to preserve my life total. Blue mana? Oh, we got a 4-color deck. So what are the good blue zombies in Pioneer? I don't know. I was going to make like a mono black deck, but the white is pretty good. Yeah, I'm in trouble. Oh, a 2-drop Lord. Okay. The world makes sense again. Am I just dead on board? So I block here, take 6. Good game. Good game. This guy was that was a card. All right, let's see. Removal. I probably need life gain. But how much? Not like that much, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Can I afford to go down to brass knuckles? I don't know. I need to not go too low on equipment, but it's not very good multiples. Probably keeping the Fateful out. I just need all the removal. Yeah, I think we're going to try this. That was an impressive zombie deck. I did forget about the 2-drop Lord, because the zombie lords were all 3-drops, and they were okay. So this hand seems alright. It has Colossus, has like a blocker. I think I'm going to keep it. So turn 2 Pinions, turn 3 Cloak if he doesn't have a fast clock. I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to start with tap land. Probably end up playing Smith turn 2 though. If I draw Brass Knuckles, I still think I'm playing Smith on turn 2. Okay, yeah. Zombies does have a lot of decent 1-drops for bringing them beats. Yeah, I'm just gonna, 4 mana turn. I don't have a Knuckles. Whoops. Don't brick. Definitely taking Portable Hole. So next turn I can go Pinions into Hole. And then Cloak, so it's 1, 5, 6. Still pretty far. But with the Pinions mana, I'll for sure next turn be able to just cast 1 Colossus. If I go down a land, 2. I don't know. It's hard to predict exactly how it's going to go, but I'm not blocking yet, because if I can get him to 3, it'll be a good chump, or either chump or like stall blocker. This card would give +2 to Champion of the Perished. I could go removal spell, although these cards aren't really scary, so I think we're going to stick to the original plan. Is a 2/2 worth Portable Holding? Probably not, but it is worth using my mana. Just slowing his clock down a bit. So Decayed means it can't block, right? If you don't control one creature. Nope, never mind. I'm thinking, that's not Decayed, it's a Mass. Decayed means can't block. And basically can attack once, right? I haven't played against it much constructed. Ooh, it's such a good card. That is going to eat my Casket. So Casket, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I have a 3 powered dude. Get rid of that. Do I spin this here? I think I do. Okay. I think this is good. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I pay 3, play him. So pay 3, play him, play land. So I can't play 2 Colossus, but I can play and get some damage in. If I draw a 2 mana artifact, I can play both Colossus. This deck seems cool. I wonder what other blue cards he has just for the 2 mana lord. This deck goes wide really well. What's the... Does it have... What? Am I missing something? Is it... He must have another one of these so we could get 2, I guess. Because if you already have one, it just pumps it up. That's the only thing that makes sense. But I think it's worth it. Not taking the damage. So that's the one I needed, right? I don't know why I did that. But I am going to attack. No, I messed up. I should have... I was thinking to myself, casting both Colossus. I don't even know if I can do that. I think I just hit the button too fast, because I think I'd definitely rather get Colossus damage in. Okay, so... Yeah, I can play both Colossus. I could have played both Anik. Yeah, that was just a mistake. Big mistake. I probably still win this game, though. I'm at 18. So, yeah, being on the draw is pretty tough. I like this. I really like this zombie deck. Might look into it. Alright, do I make any changes on the play? I don't think so. I mean with him on the play. So, what kind of hand am I looking for here? Man, if this could actually play the Moon Snare. Is there a chance I still keep his hand? I could dig for on the draw, though. I need removal. But it's like a fairly well-balanced hand. I don't know if I can mulligan this. I can go Pinion's Moonsnare. Untap. I'm still like turn 5 or something. So if he has a good draw, I'm probably not winning. I'm going to keep it. I don't think I can mulligan this. I mean, this deck's like not the easiest thing to play. Like knowing the right keepable hands. Oh no, he's got a good start. Ugh. Okay, so no white mana is good, right? Hits me for 3. Ugh. Bro, I like this zombie deck. Looks like it might be cheap too. Are we going to survive long enough to play this card? Probably not. So I have 4 mana next turn. Whoops. Luckily that is a mana ability. So let's see, next turn I can go put. Ooh, I can put that. I don't know if I'm gonna live long enough, to be honest. This is gonna hurt. Ugh. Life is pain. Oh, 5. Oh, so much damage. Pretty sure I'm dead. Very dead. So I could chump block a turn. I go to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's just no way. But I'm not literally out of the game, so I might as well. Okay, I can't cast it yet, but oh, I guess I can. Ooh, I can, yeah. But then I lose the lifelink option. I think I have to do this though, because that's a big boy. Okay, I'm still probably just dead, but at least I get the opportunity to untap potentially. If he plays another Lord, that's bad. Especially if he can go like Lord and Menace, then I might be dead to that. So if he goes 2-drop Lord, 2 mana Menace, that's 3, 6. I'm at 1. I can't spend colored mana. Do I have enough to play Colossus next turn? Does it even matter if I do? Still just go to 1 here. So I guess I block the one that trades. No, it doesn't trade with any of them. I thought it was a 3 for some reason. Okay, so oh no, I hit a button, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. All right, good games. Good games. Not the greatest start, but you know the deck is fun. I'm pretty sure I'm on the draw this time. And as much as I would love to keep his hand, there's no colored mana, so I can't actually play anything in the first couple turns. So, got a mulligan. Could be a deck construction thing. This is just the version I went with. 1 lander. So I do think the archetype is playable. It's a fairly budget deck. It's very possible and very likely that the way I've built the deck is not the best. Okay, so I would keep this one, take back a Moonsnare and a Moonsnare, I guess. Sand looks alright. Yeah, I've seen worse. Okay, we might be playing against a more mainstream deck. Prowess, right? Yeah, probably just Prowess. Okay, so I've got the curve. If this finds a Colossus, this could be okay. I think I'm just immediately chump blocking because I'm not going to outpace the Monastery in time. So we get some burn, like a draw spell and a burn spell or something. Probably consider. Nope, nothing. Okay. At least like, so the question is, I can hold it back to keep that from attacking. Doesn't matter. Or maybe that mattered a little bit, because that could have been a land drop to trigger him for the next turn if I don't have another artifact to play. Pinions, Prism. So I go Pinions into that. It's probably Pinions. Although I don't have any permanent blue mana. Pinions accelerates me faster, I think. If I had blue mana now, so I go... It's interesting. So it's definitely not the Citadel, but so if I go Pinions is flying, yeah, I'm going to take Pinions. Okay, so next turn he probably doesn't attack with Pyromancer, but he could easily just have like a burn spell, so he could like kill the guy, draw a card. That's 3, 4, 5, make 2 1/1s. Pretty good. What could you be in the tank about? So yeah, that does work. The prowess resolves first. So we're going to yield all this nonsense. Reckless Rage has been seeing a lot of play. It's a good card. Gutshot's not legal for me, so, you know, is what it is. Control a human and a non-human. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's just draw 2, right? Yep. I like this card. It's really good with Young Pyromancer. Take 5. Oof. Big oof. Okay, there's permanent blue mana, but still probably too slow. Alright, I basically have to top deck Colossus to have a chance this game. I could just play Wedding Invitation. Yeah. Gives me 1 deeper to Colossus. Well, even though that digs for Colossus, I can't do that and Brass Knuckles to Colossus. So I'm probably going to like play that chump block. Is this an instant? It is. It is. I don't think I'm winning this game. Don't think I'm winning this game. Especially if there are any counter spells. I was hoping to give a little bit better showing of the deck because I haven't seen, I mean, I've only seen one good performance with it online so far. But that's okay. It's all part of the game. I'm trying to think, if I draw Colossus here, can I still even win? He's so wide. I don't think so. I think we're just going to go to the next game. I don't know if I'm bringing, I don't think I'm bringing in Dispute because, yeah, I don't think I bring in Dispute because a lot of his threats are red and I only saw 1 flyer. There's a good chance, yeah, I think there's a good chance that he's playing like Delver Secrets. I think I would. But we'll try this. I haven't really played against any mainstream decks, and I'm not playing a real mainstream deck myself, so I don't know if it's probably worse because like I'm losing to these like kind of off the radar decks. Although I think the one that we're seeing right now is actually pretty good. This is a deck I might try out too. Blue Red has Treasure Cruise, so should be playing with that card while it is around. I think there's a good chance it'll stick around though, because I'm pretty sure they said it would. This hand looks good. It's got removal. It's got turn 1 play. I'm not a big fan of not using my mana efficiently. If I play Portable Hole on turn 2 with no other 1-drops, but I need to advance my artifact count. Oh, it's a good draw, actually, because I didn't have anything else to do. Alright, let's see what I can find here. Land? Or pinions? I think it's got to be the land. So if he does nothing, I go cloak. Actually, I think I go cloak into... Let me think. So I'm gonna assume he has a creature next turn. Especially if it's Young Pyromancer, that has to die. Yeah, this doesn't make colored mana, so it's a little awkward with the Portable Hole. But in fact, Artifact Oblivion Ring effects are really good for Colossus because it puts things in play that adds to your mana value, that deals with permanence. Okay. Alright, is there a play to play 3 artifacts this turn? So I go Pinions, Refund. I don't think so. I could definitely play Whole Cloak for sure. So I go Pinions. I only have 2. So I could go Whole Pinion. No. No, I can't go Cloak and Whole. I can't. So can I go Whole Pinions? So let's see. If I play Pinions first. Let's say I play Whole first. Then Whole that's 2 now. There's no way to do it. So I think I'm going to go Cloak Whole. Or sorry, Whole Cloak. So Whole first. It's just the most mana efficient to do it this way. Do I attack? I think so. Yeah, still no Colossus though. So next turn I can Pinions and Cloak equip. No really real maybe I should play Brass Knuckles. If I draw land. Nah, I think I'm gonna go Pinions, Cloak. Actually, I think I'm gonna kill that, especially if he misses a land drop here. Oh yeah, that's so dying. I'm probably gonna win this game, but it's not like super deck reason or anything like that. So I play Pinions. There's no need to equip Pinions this turn because I'm killing the Pyromancer. I'm going to equip because spends my mana, and if I don't find Colossus and this is like my game plan, next turn I can Knuckles and double strike and hit for 8. That's alright. I just need one more turn to get him out of burn range, I think. Actually, that 1-drop card can still kill it. Hopefully he'll just burn the clue to try to hit a land. Yes. I mean, I don't want to say I beat him. He just kind of lost. Yeah, I still don't think I want Mystical Disputes. Lifelink is nice, but the one of Shadow Spear should be good enough, so we'll just do that. Okay, is there any way I can win without removal? But I did draw the removal and turn 1. It's actually really good. So I'm obviously keeping this hand, but if I don't draw lands, it could be kind of bad. So I go turn 1, prototype go. He goes like haste guy. Nothing. So what would he have as a counter spell here? Spell Pierce? I guess I'm okay if he Spell Pierces prototype. Although I don't think he will. Turn 1 opt. Turn 1 opt. In your prowess slash pyromancer deck. I shouldn't call it prowess. It's really just blue-red tempo. Ledger Shredder. That's a pretty good target for my... Actually, do I play Glass Casket here? No, I think I'll wait. I'm going to play Glint Nest Crane. It's a lot of prototypes. Alright. Glint Nest Crane, go. Probably kind of need a land here. Pinions is good. Yeah, Pinions is good. So I can block this turn. Am I worried about a big shredder over a couple turns or going wide? Probably going wide. Although Glint Nest Crane's pretty good at chumping. He could do the 4 and 2 damage thing. Hit me for probably 2. Probably has another spell. Go 16. It's not very good. Can't believe I won a game with no Colossus. That does not happen very much. So if I block here and he has like a play with fire, it's probably worth it, right? Alright, that's fine. Take 1. Play an opt, take 2. But then he has to discard a spell. Play a fire, yeah. Ledger Shredder. Cross format all-star. And he gets a scry. Overpowered. New best deck in the format. Alright, so land. Land. Yes. Okay, so now I play land. Can I go Pinions into... Actually, I can go Prototype into Pinions. No. I'd have to burn the treasure. Maybe that's worth it, though. Actually, no, I know I don't. Yeah, I do. Yes, I don't think, no matter how I do it, I have to burn the trick because of the color. I can make 2 more colorless, so that doesn't do anything. Yeah, it gets another connive. I'm gonna chump block anyway, it doesn't really matter. Or do I just play the casket here? So casket's really bad against Spell Pierce, but Crane's bad against another Reckless Rage. Discards a land, so it didn't get bigger. Oh. That's probably fine, right? I pay 1. Yeah. So it's probably better than him countering the casket. So next turn I'll play casket, pay for Spell Pierce. He doesn't Spell Pierce it. Play Crane. Yeah, seems good. Well, if casket resolves, I think I'm going to play Smith. As awkward as that is. If he taps out, I don't know. I don't really know what my plan is. I just know that out of one of these two, I need to find Colossus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still pretty far away, though. I'm going to assume I'm taking at least 3 to 4 damage this turn. And if he has a Not that card, but that's a good card too. So if he has Swift Spear, that's 4 probably, maybe 5 if he has another spell. Nothing? Oh, it's probably a counter spell. That's bad for me. So you could have if you have a flyer, you have to pay 4. So I probably need to bait a Glintness Crane first. Yep. Present a chump blocker. Oh man, he didn't take the bait. Okay, found a Brass Knuckles. I'm halfway there. I think I'm just going to play a Smith. Unfortunately, he will connive, but I can't not play things. So if he counters this, a portable hole, that's really good. Okay, so 100% chump blocking. If the Crane lives. 4 cards in hand, 12 life. He discarded Reckless Rage, so he almost certainly has a way to deal with this Glintness Crane. Or he's just like, I can just attack through it. But tempo is really all that matters here. He knows I have Portable Hole, so he may try to leave up a counterspell for that. I only have 1. No, I do have 2 white mana. Okay, so best case here would be if I could Hole and Casket Resolve. A Braid would be bad for me, probably. So I need to take out Young Pyromancer first. Okay, so he has another Reckless Rage. 3 cards in hand. Oof. It's going to be a tough one to victory. I only have 2 mana value on turn 4. It's not very good, but the Brass Knuckles can catch me up. So take 4, go to 8. Has a mana open, so Spell Pierce won't do it. So I think I'm going to Hole the Ledger Shredder before he can get a Connive. And I need to kill the Pyromancer dead, so I'm probably going to take a turn off and Casket, or I mean Absence. Phase out the back. Slip out the back. Yeah, no. Stack it out of the way. So if I kill it now, I can not do this. I don't know. I think I can probably ground block for a turn, so I'm just gonna kill it now. The Shredder's too big. So he gets a Connive, but it'll die. Another Treasure Cruise is bad for me. Yeah, I can't play the Knuckles. I guess I can just play... This is also a removal spell if I don't play it. Not very good though. Yeah, I think I just play it with use my mana. Okay, so now I can block-ish. Still pretty low. It's not amazing burn in this format, but there is some. Okay, best top deck still probably just Colossus. Although it's only 1, and it'd be hard to one-shot. Took my pinions away. So chump blocking with 1/1s is actually pretty good against me. So at this point, I think I still want to take out the Pyromancer. Oh, 2 Pyromancers. This is not good for me. Probably can't win even if I hit Colossus. So I could go Wedding Invitation into Colossus. That'd be pretty good. Or did I cut Wedding Invitation? Ah, I cut it, didn't I? Why you gotta be like this? Opinions would also be okay because I can casket the flyer, or that works too. So I have to take out the flyer because I'll just die. Alright, so do I take out a Pyromancer? I think I have to because that's just too many tokens. I have to pay a life to do that though, so that kind of sucks. He has 1 card though, so as long as he's just got like a land, he'll burn the clue, so it goes up to 3 cards. Yeah. It'll probably be enough though to win this game for him, because Colossus can't get through these 1/1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang. Sucks for me. I can also put Brass Knuckles on like he'll be a 4/4. It's like it would be a 2-turn clock, but it can just be jump blocked all day. Wow. Pretty strong. I'm like, oh, he has no cards. I like this deck, though. I like this deck. I like the zombie deck. All really good. Oof. So much stuff. So 1, 2. If he has another spell, 3. Oh, if he has 2 more spells. So I guess I'm just dead. Not attacking with the Pyromancer, huh? I mean, I do have open mana. Wow, no attack. He wants to just make sure I'm dead in 1 swing. Come on, man. Yeah, this is... I don't know if it's tire spinning, but it shows that the deck has trouble when it doesn't find the Colossus, just the way it is. Now, if I somehow survive a turn, I can buy Gigantha. I don't know if I have enough to play it, though. I'm short on being able to play and equip 2 equipments. So that's not a thing. I put double strike here. Yeah. Whoops. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm just dead though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm just dead on board. Alright. Not the best showing, but you know, is what it is. Okay. I'd like to end this on a win. I may revisit this and try to tweak it. This hand looks fine. It has removal. There are probably lots of aspects of it that aren't just deck building, but I make lots of play mistakes. It's just part of the game, you know. Get better. I'm trying to think if there's room. Like, does the deck just want to slow down and control the game more, play sweepers? Like, that might be a thing. I think the appeal of the deck is its ability to be fast. But lists were 5-0ing, so I don't know if they're just dodging certain matchups or not. Ugh. I need the land and the Colossus. I don't think I can pass up a Colossus, though, so I'm going to take that. Yeah. I can't pass up a Colossus. I can just draw. Like, there's more lands than Colossus in the deck, so. But I could easily brick some land, so if he has no good play next turn, I play Wedding Invitation. So it's 2 looks for a land. If he plays a creature, and I draw a land, I can kill a creature. If I draw land, I could kill a creature and play Wedding Invitations. That'd be nice. Grease Fang. Oh no. Okay, so what are my answers to Grease Fang? Instant speed removal is good. So drawing that is nice. Didn't discard a Perihelion. So still alive. Okay, but we are playing a meta deck, so it's our first one. Although I do think that other one was... Okay, this is fine. I actually would rather keep the Wedding Invitation of all things, because it digs me deeper. But if he takes it and I draw a land, I'm still in pretty good shape. He probably takes the Faithful Absence, I guess? I'd say Brass Knuckles or Faithful Absence would be my picks. I'd rather keep the Brass Knuckles, though, because that's really what accelerates me really fast into the Colossus. Taking Colossus seems kind of bad, because it's just inevitable. The attrition's too strong. Okay, that's fair. So that can keep him off of a Perihelion. No land. Okay, I think I'm going to take out the Shredder. Yeah. Oh, I can't. Oh, no. Okay, so that's right. Alright, I just gotta hope I don't die. It's unlikely, though. Okay, so now I have white mana. It is unlikely because two spells to connive, so he doesn't have 3 mana. If he plays an Indulgence, he doesn't have 3 mana. But he could go 2 mana, the return graveyard thing. I would double connive here, would suck. Monocolored permanent. Sure. You can just do the beatdowns. This backup plan for a combo deck is it's too good, man. They're supposed to be bad like me. My backup plans aren't very good. This is how we're going to end. This is how it ends. Let's have something to do. Portable hole, please. Whoops. We did that in the very wrong order because I am bad at this game. This game is still winnable, but eh. Still no Perihelion. Okay, so if I draw a land next turn, I think I'm doing okay. If I don't draw a land, his 2 cards. So if he draws into exactly Perihelion, Grease Fang, discard Perihelion. Okay, still nothing. It is a clock, but it's not very fast. So let's see, if I draw no land, I can whole close. No. Still on 1 spell turn, kind of sucks. So Grease Fang with no vehicle. But, So now do I just casket the Grease Fang instead of hold the... Even if I draw a land, it might be too much. Like if he hits Perihelion, I still just die, right? Yeah. So I just casket, go. Yep, that's all I can do. I'm just gonna die to the Shredder. Like, we're both kind of tire spinning I mean, he's tire spinning and I'm just bricking, but he has a clock, so the game will eventually end. Pretty good. Pretty good. So he can cast the Grease Fang, trigger Connive, discard Perihelion, and I die. That's what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. Calling it now. Let's see how clairvoyant I am. White, black. No. I don't want to be right. Okay, I'm not. I mean, that's the same thing, right? That's the same thing, yeah. So I'm almost right. It's the same outcome. So I'm gonna concede the game. I'm gonna go to the next game. And I have Graveyard Hate. Is that like the Shredder's really what beat me that game? So I still need that in the caskets. So 1, 2, 3. I need instant speed. Probably go down a little bit on the speed. Pinions is less good because maybe I need waiting. Because if he hits me, well, if he hits me with Perihelion, I'm just dead anyway, right? Yeah, because like, if he hits me and we're in this like race situation, and he has like angel tokens that can block, Pinions is less good. So I'll keep the Wedding Invitations in this time. I would love to end on a win, but you know, this maybe is a message for people to be careful and not play this deck. I'm going to keep this hand because mulliganing hasn't been working out for me so great lately. I can go turn 2 Smith into maybe like a removal spell and a Graveyard Hate and whatever. I played against Rakdos round 1 of the RCQ. Can't remember if I was on the play or not, but he had like fairly good hands each game, and he had pressure on me, and it was weird because like the deck just won. Like it just kind of happened to win each game. Like I got the Colossus at the last second and did things, and it 2-0'd him even though I was behind both games. I think he was on the play both games actually. Thought sees me and played an attack dude, and I don't know. It was weird winning that game. I don't know if it was just luck. There's a good chance it was. Lost to Burn, or not Burn, I guess Mono Red. Eidolon game 1, it was kind of close. Ooh, that's good. Game 2, he didn't hit Eidolon and I won. Barely, though. Game 3, he hit double Eidolon on turn 3, so like hands like, I mean, not with Brass Knuckles, but it's like 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop into double Eidolon just isn't sustainable. Okay, so here I will go Pinions into Soul Guide Lantern, and I'll actually, if I don't have to use the Soul Guide Lantern, I can triple Colossus next turn. That'd be nice. So maybe just threatening the Soul Guide Lantern is good. Yeah, he gets to connive, whatever. I mean, you can't not play your spells just so he doesn't connive. Although I could just, oh no! I didn't think about, I mean, I have the, I just don't want to have to use it. Never mind. Forgot this card has abilities that we both forgot about probably. But I guess there's no real getting around it for him because I can just use it. The thing is, he doesn't know I don't want to use it because I want to go 1, 2, 8. Okay, I think I can win this game. So the question is there a reason to hold back a Colossus? Is there a reason to hold one back? What could he have? I mean, he has white mana. Could like settle. Yeah, I don't care about that. So no land, huh? Yeah, I don't think he has land. Because he probably would like opt for another connive or whatever. We're doing it, folks. We're gonna have a game 3. I can feel it. Why, yes, I would like to copy. Is there an argument for not playing all 3? Maybe I should just think of ways I could lose the game. I'm definitely getting all 3. Yeah. Now I can sack the... Maybe that's the reason. Because I'll sack it to make sure Greasefang doesn't kill me. So no one really plays Declaration in Stone, right? So I'm definitely playing 2, but do I play the 3rd one? Do I play the 3rd one? I'm just going to do it. I mean, he hasn't scooped yet, so maybe that's not smart. It's definitely better against spot removal to play all 3. Come on, yes. Okay, I finally did a cool thing. I don't think I want Mystical Dispute, though. It's not really worth countering a Shredder. That's like all it does, right? Is there any argument to having a Shadow Spear? Probably not. Or turn 1 plays, I guess. Shadow Spear. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, we're just going to roll this back. Alright, good hand. Let's go. Let's go, good hand. Come on. Do it. Don't think that's a good hand. It might be one top deck away, but I'm not going to risk it. I need to win this game. Unfortunately, this hand's not very good either. I might just keep it, though. So the downside of this hand is it kind of just loses to a fast Greasefang draw. If he goes like turn 2 Shredder, I portable hole it. That's like okay. I don't know. Yeah, this just doesn't do anything. I don't know. The last hand actually might have been better, but... Yeah, so turn 2 Pinions, turn 3 Gluttonous Crane, I guess. If he thought seizes me, I would take the Pinions, because it's my only way to turn Spire on quickly. Don't play Shredder. Don't do it. Oh, he's playing Shredder. Oh, he's not playing Shredder. Yes. Don't thought seize me. Okay, so far I'm alive. But it's really because of him, not because of me. Alright, if he doesn't play Shredder, I'm gonna play Smith. Because it'll be a faster clock if that's where this game goes. So playing Greasefang here doesn't really do anything, right? Do you have counterspells? Glass Casket is okay. So he could go like instep. So instep, discard Perihelion, untap Greasefang. So how do I beat that? Do I just not beat that? So let's see, Brass Knuckles, land, Moonsnare, Prototype. Probably just need to land, right? Yeah. Boom. I do want the Brass Knuckles, but I need to be progressing my game plan. No. Brick City. Okay, so let's see. If he... Okay, didn't do anything. I'm still alive. So if I draw land, I can go Cloak, Equip. If I don't draw land, I can just go Cloak, attack for 4. Why, he's not doing anything. I don't know. So if I win this game, it's not really displaying much for the deck. He's just a bunch of dig through times in his hand or something. I should have yielded, but whatever. We're both kind of having a bad draw, but I don't know. He can still just draw out of it easier than me. Like, what are even my best draws here? So if I hit, I can't play a Knuckles. If I hit a Colossus, I'm still like at least 2 turns from playing it. Wow, what is he doing? Is he trying to just, get to 8, discard Perihelion? Got it. So I'm just dead, right? So I leave Clint Ness Crane back to block for sure. If he kills it, I'm in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I play a second one of these. 6, 7, 8. I could try to, I guess. I don't think Colossus is going to fight back very well. But with Trample, and him being at maybe 12 here. So if he kills the Glintness Crane, I'm not dead, but yeah, I gave him so much time because my draw was also bad. He could just go up to 8 cards, discard Perihelion to hand size. That's an embarrassing way to lose, but is what it is. So now I can just play all his cards. I don't know. Did he not have a Tainted Indulgence? I guess not. Okay, so this is pretty obvious here. He has 8 toughness to block Colossus. Thing is, I don't think I can actually do Colossus next. Oh, wait, I can take out his stuff. I can leave him with 1 angel if I want to take the Greasefang out. Do I want to take the Greasefang out? I don't know. So I take 8, go to 11. Need to draw land here. Why is Perihelion? Oh, yeah, another one. Okay, so I'm definitely taking out Greasefang. But I don't think I can play Colossus, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay. No. Crap. Maybe 1 short from it. I can't attack with it. That's the problem. And he just have another Greasefang. I'm probably just dead here, so. I gotta make him have it. Sad day. So if I can live this turn, maybe there's a chance. There's no reason not to attack here because it can't block anyway. Is there another play where I just equip Pinions and block? I can't. Well, I couldn't do that anyway. I couldn't do that and take Greasefang out. I can't just let him get a Perihelion. So he probably plays the other Greasefang, and I'm just dead, right? Oh yeah, super dead. Well, that is the deck. So it's not obvious whether or not it's the archetype, my specific build. It's hard to say. I would like to think that this deck has the potential. I'm pretty sure this build's not it. But we at least got to have some cool games where Colossus went nuts. So what we want to do, at least my thought is, we need to make that game happen as consistently as possible. It's likely that the deck just needs like sweepers or something, because there were a few games where like we just were losing the race, and Colossus beats sweepers because like you sweep it, yeah, the Colossus die, but then artifacts stay in play. You can bring it back eventually. So that might be the solution. I was considering Kozilek's Return, playing some Eldrazi, because you can find the Eldrazi with Sanctum, like the Emerge ones. Like you could do that. There's some options. You could play Supreme Verdict, your blue-white deck. Maybe change the mana base around a little bit. So that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think, and make sure to subscribe if you're still watching, because it is free, by the way.